everyone, it's Shelby, the conservative bookworm. I am back again with my second video with new books, reviewing new books. These two books that I'm going to review are by the same author and are both part of series. I didn't read the whole series. I will give you the names, but I didn't read all of them. I just reviewing these two. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is SpySchool by Stuart Gibbs. So both of these books I'm going to talk about are by Stuart Gibbs. He's quite the prolific writer. He likes to write series. I've been noticing that he's kind of becoming popular. I saw several of his in the library and in the bookstore recently. So I'm not a huge spy fan. Typically I think like there's too much 007 James Bondy feel to the spy thing. And as we know, James Bond was not the greatest person. He was a killer and he cursed and he drank and he smoked and he did some hanky-panky stuff with people all the time. So not the greatest role model. So I'm not a huge SpySchool fan. A spy fan. SpySchool was okay. I guess I'm a little biased because I'm not a spy person. But if you have a boy who likes mysteries and who likes spy stuff, and you don't really want to, and you don't have to worry about the 007 James Bond kind of things in this book, because this was written for 8 to 12-year-olds. And the only thing I'd say is it does have a little bit of cursing in it. I saw the D word a couple of times. It does have a 12-year-old boy who's more aware of females, of girls. So he notices a little bit more about them. Nothing inappropriate, just notices. Notices girls. There's some violence. No one is killed. I think there's some wounds, but nothing serious. It's really kind of like an action-packed mystery boy novel. So if you have a boy who likes that kind of thing, or even girls can enjoy it too. I have no problem reading books about boys. Some of my favorite books as a kid were the Hardy Boys series. So I didn't like Nancy Drew, I like the Hardy Boys. So SpySchool. Again, the main character is a 12-year-old boy and he's being trained to be a spy. So then drama ensues. And then again, it's a mystery. But this is the first in a series. I think the second one is already out. I think it's called Evil SpySchool, maybe. I think I saw it in Barnes & Noble the other day, and I want to say that's what it's called. But you can just look him up and you'll see. And I'll have a link below to this book. Okay, the second book is also by Stuart Gibbs. And I actually like this one a lot more, but I, again, am biased because I like sci-fi novels more than I like spy novels. So this is the second book. I wasn't aware of that at the time. It does pretty much stand alone. Like, it does mention the first book in the front. So if you want your kid to read the series, if they'd be interested in this book, then maybe have them read the first one. The first one is on the back here. It mentions it. I didn't see this at the time. But the first one is called Space Case. These are also mysteries. Stuart Gibbs seems to write mysteries for young people. Again, for 8 to 12-year-olds. The main character is a boy. He lives on the first moon base. Okay, so these are called Moon Base Alpha novels. The first book is basically given away within the first few pages of this book. Okay, and the first book, as far as I know because of what it told me, is a mystery as well, but it's more of a murder mystery. This one is not, so if you have a problem with that, then you could just skip that one and go to this one. This one is not a murder mystery. This one is more of someone disappears and they're having to find them. No one's killed. There is a little bit of bullying, but there's some bullying violence, but no, I don't think anyone is like hurt badly. It's just like young kids and the bullies are like the bad guys. There is an alien, but it's a very interesting take on aliens because the author talks in the very front of the book how, and I'll read it here, he tried to be his best to be as realistic as possible in describing the future of space travel, and yes, that even applies to the possible way alien contact might eventually happen. So in that light, it's actually quite educational, because not the alien part, but just he uses actual knowledge that we have about what it would be like to live in space, to live on the moon. So the gravity, what it'd be like to like try to grow things? What it'd be like to live in this environment where you could never go outside without a spacesuit. So in that light, it's quite educational. I learned some things I didn't know. Was reminded of some things that I used to know. So I really enjoyed it in that light. The alien part, the alien isn't really there physically. The alien, like, there's no hyperspace. It's not like Star Trek or Star Wars. Like, he tried to think, like, okay, those things like hyperdrive, warp drive, those things can't exist in real life, as far as we know. So his way of, like, the alien contacting us was like, they figured out something how to do it by, like, mental, like, telepathy. So that's also kind of impossible, but I guess he's just thinking, like, maybe the aliens can do that anyway. So, but it's kind of using the laws of the physical universe, and that hyperdrive, warp drive, things like that aren't possible. So it was an interesting take on aliens. Again, I don't believe in aliens existing, but it's a fiction book and it was entertaining in that way. I don't know if there's going to be another one. I think there will be. It was kind of a cliffhanger, the way it ended, so there'll probably be another one. But if you have a child, boy or girl, who enjoys kind of astronomy, learning about the moon, sci-fi kind of stuff, more realistic sci-fi at that, no laser guns, no spaceships really, just stuck on the moon, and more interesting mystery because of that, then I would suggest this book, Spaced Out by Stuart Gibbs. Again, the two books that I am talking about, SpySchool, Spaced Out by Stuart Gibbs, links below to a books or to Amazon. And I hope these reviews were useful, that maybe these are books that your child would enjoy, or that you wouldn't mind them enjoying. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.